Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mega Man X3. This is Ethan, aka TheMightyZero. And last time, we dealt with Gravity Beetle. We defied him, as some would say. And today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Blast Hornet stage and finally get some ride armor. That way we can roll around in style, as they would say. Let's go ahead and jump into his stage here. I know that people find some of the other boss intro music iconic. I really like this one. Again, this game's music with the guitar, it's nostalgic to me, and I like it. So let's just continue on. These little guys, not a big issue. And we have another lift section. Again, one of the things that Mega Man X3 does kind of a bit differently than the others X games did was their focus on the vertical sections. You'll notice that in a lot of stages that you'll climb up walls and you'll do vertical segments. You fall down, you climb up. Anyway, up here at the top, another ride armor station. Can't do anything with it yet, but after this episode, we definitely will be. Let's go ahead and dash on over here. A bunch of spikes here. I'm wondering, can I get on top of this? Because there is... No, I'm gonna have to come back with a specific ride armor on that. There is an upgrade up that way, but we'll worry about that again on another time. Grab this health there. That is insta-death, so do not be tricked. Do not be fooled by some of the ones that do have secrets. So we'll dash over this way. I do not believe this is a bit in bite room. Yeah, that's right. This is little Beetle projects this. Yeah. Alright. Whoa. I'm wondering, is that part? No, that's not part of the mode 7, was it? Anyway, just keep letting the heat on, and it should go down without too much of an issue. It bounces around more often than not. There you go. Yeah, not too much of an issue. Alright, grab some health and we'll continue on our way. Giant copters in the back there if you saw it from the beginning of the game. And a little bit of lag again on that. That section over there, you notice the floor is fine. No, this got cracks. You blow up those containers, you can come down here. Blow up that door, you can continue to run on through. However, this is another breakable wall, so let's go ahead and pull out the old tornado thing. Break open this way. Actually, no, we don't need to. We'll come back that way. Because here, we jump on down. At the bottom here, well, looky here. It's a set of ride armor. With that, we've technically collected the Chimera piece of the armor, as situated by the end there. And now, we have access to those ride armor spaces. Again, this piece is the one necessary piece you have to have, and then the other pieces become... they become mods for this version. They can do essentially what this one can. This one just punches, the other ones can do different stuff. But you need this piece first before you can touch that. So we'll just continue on over here. Have a grand old time. Now this section here is also a piece of the stages interacting with each other. Normally here we would run into a giant airship dropping off cargo and stuff. We'd have to deal with it. But because we took care of Gravity Beetle, that is no longer there. So we can just walk through that stage part with no issue. And Life extender up here. And our armor's gone. Sad day. That's right. This is the Bit and Bile section. Oh, and we're gonna fight Bite here. Nice.
Nice to meet you, X. I am Bite. I've been programmed to exterminate you.
Alright, if I remember correctly, his weakness is going to be Ray Splasher. Bite's way of attack is pretty much, he smacks the wall. The way that works is that it pretty much draws you away from the wall, and then he just punches you. This is pretty much his attack pattern. Even much more simpler than Bite or Bit. Bit, Bite, they're all computer puns. We live in a world of robots. Again, walls are your friends. Oh crap, that's not good. I really don't want to die, so we're gonna use that. Hits the wall and then that gets rid of it. No! Add another one to the death counter. And I'll see you back there. Alright, we're back again. I'm gonna go ahead and show you something. So the main 8 bosses each have their own specific weakness. However, these bosses, Bit, Bite, and Bile, you can actually defeat with a couple different powers. This one I'm gonna show off is the Tornado Fang. It feels much more natural to me on that. This is the one I knew growing up. I was trying to do the other one. But this one, much easier. It hits them multiple times.
No! How can this great power be generated from within such an ancient machine? Well done, X. The victory is yours.
Yeah, of his 2 weaknesses that I know of Ray Splasher and Tornado Fang, I recommend Tornado Fang. That fight went 10 times more smoothly. I even farmed up a sub-tank for that. Oh, I'm kind of sad now. Oh well. Anyway, that's part 2 of that done. So with Bit and Bite both biting the dust, that gets us ready for actually one of the parts of the optional run where we now will fight one of the optional bosses in a later stage. But no spoilers on that right now. We'll wait until later until we see him. Watch out for caution, falling boxes. Nothing up there, so just feel free to skip those. And we'll just continue on. And this should be Blast Hornet's. This should be his room. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on to this for a second, just so that we can go ahead and show off some of his patterns. So big things he does, he flies, and he goes to try to sting you. And then he goes to the corner and launches a bunch of those little dudes. They will stick to you and they will hurt. Do not let them stick to you and do not let them hurt you. So those are his 2 main patterns that he'll do on that. Now, I always defeated him with a weapon called the Ray Splasher that we get a little bit later, because it seemed to do a lot of damage and, it seemed to work. It never occurred to me growing up that, hey, Gravity Well is effective against one of the bosses. It's kind of ridiculous how it does, because it works well on enemies, I forgot to show that off, actually. It pretty much, you shoot it onto the screen, and then any enemies near it will just disintegrate and rip into it. It works redonkulously well against Blast Hornet. Let me show you. So we shoot it out. He just sits there, takes damage. You jump back into it, shoot out another one. He just sits there, takes damage. And I recommend using the regular version of it, even though the bigger one is a lot of fun too. If you shoot it up, he's like, oh no! Fighting against it, and gets slammed into the ground. I do recommend you not be under him for that. Anyway, he's halfway in health now, so this one he starts targeting you, and we'll start getting the little bees. They will start targeting and bee homing on you. So let's go ahead and not let him do that. That hurts. He will not fire them until he gets a lock on you. Again, like I said, you can literally fire that anywhere in this area here, and it will damage him. And the thing is, I never realized this as a kid. It's kind of sad, because that makes the fight 10 times easier. Anyway, that is now Blast Hornet stage. With him defeated, it removes the boxes at Gravity Beetle stage. And with this, actually, let's see what this one's called. I forget. Parasitic Bomb. That's right. You shoot this at enemies. Smaller enemies or larger enemies it'll lock onto and blow them up. Smaller enemies, it will actually throw them into other enemies. So yeah, with that done, we're gonna go ahead and extend the episode a little bit longer again, because with the right armor, we can, and with him done, we can go get a few more upgrades. Mainly in Gravity Beetle stage. So first, big one, obviously, we'll come back here, and in case you hadn't wondered who's that guy that we saw, the green one, it's essentially the younger brother version of those red guys we've been fighting. With Blast Hornet done, these guys have lost some of their ammunition, meaning that they just shoot rockets now. They are much less they're much more harmless now in this form. And now you can see we can just easily run across, and all these platforms are open. So we'll rip through that there. No, that's not gonna work. All right, you know what? This is a perfect time to demonstrate Gravity Well and Parasitic Bomb. So Gravity Well doesn't do anything on the bigger guys, unfortunately. Which means that if with the bigger enemies, you throw that on them there, you can just run through them. They're considered dead because that will blow them up. You can only have one of these out at a time. And since that little guy is a smaller enemy, again, it throws him into another enemy there. So this weapon is good for locking down enemies as you go. And we're gonna go ahead and switch it up to Gravity Well. Again, the enemy is considered dead as soon as you launch it. This guy, since he's a smaller enemy, just rips and offs him instantly. Alright. Now on to a little bit further in the stage. Okay, now that we're a little bit farther in the stage and we have the ride platform, all you need to do is just jump onto it, X goes there, and you can choose any one of the three you want. We've already seen Chimera, so I'm just going to demonstrate Frog for a second and show you why you don't use it on land, and then we'll show off the Kangaroo. So Frog, this is just moving left and right there. That's not what I wanted. So anyway, he can jump fairly high, but not very good mobility on land. And then his A on land is just A. I gotta jump too. It's the same as B. His Y weapon, he shoots out rockets, but they just go straight down. We'll demonstrate that. We'll demonstrate that in the water in a later stage. Now the one we want to show off at the moment is the second best armor in my opinion, which is the Kangaroo. this one may look familiar to a lot of people from the older game, or from Mega Man X2, where you have the spikes on the hands. You hold down Y, you can actually charge this up and let loose that. So, pretty nice armor. Oh, no, come back. Now, the right armor has a separate health than you do, so it actually can't be hurt. Well, actually, can't be healed, I should say. You don't when you pick up those health nuggets, when you pick up the health containers, they don't refill the life. Once this right armor's health hits 0, it's done. You have to find a new one. These blocks here are still here, but you take the right armor, you can break them down. And here's where you need the right armor as well, because you walk across, jump up and out, and bam, we have another capsule for a chip. Enter this capsule X. Install this arm chip. This chip will increase your attacking abilities. The chip allows damage to your system to be transformed and charged as a weapon. Energy. You will be able to use it to rapidly shoot charged shots. Remember, X, your system can only handle one of the 4 enhancement chips. Enter this capsule only if you are sure you want to use this chip. And again, we're not going to use that chip because it's not the optional way. But as he was saying, it would give us a separate power, which is called Hyper C or Hypercharge. Essentially, what that does is that it gives you another bar. It gives you a weapon energy bar that you can use to spam that charge shot over and over again. Fairly effective, and it gets better after you get one of the additional weapons. So without that, we don't need that yet, though. We'll go ahead and jump out, and I believe that's everything for this stage. Alright, got our password. And I believe that does it for this episode. The right armor is not usable for us elsewhere to get something that we need. Next time we are actually going to be going to Volt Catfish. He will be our next boss. Making pretty good progress. Only have 2 bosses left, so we're getting close to Doppler in the final stages. Again, thank you for watching. This is Ethan, aka TheMightyZero. Thank you for watching the series, and if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like our videos. This is Ethan, aka TheMightyZero, signing off.